So you want to learn the best way to use secured credit cards to build credit? Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you some simple strategies that I implemented that allowed me to turn a secured credit card into an unsecured credit card automatically. All right, so you definitely want to stick with me all the way through this video so you don't miss anything. Now, my name is Rakeem Madison, and if you get value at any point in this video, be sure to smash that like button. Also, drop me a comment down below letting me know if this was helpful, valuable, or if you have any questions. And with that being said, we're gonna jump right into today's content. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and break this down visually so you can see exactly what it is that I did. So first thing I did was I realized, okay, this is a secure credit card, so that means that I'm gonna have to use my own money. So what did I do? I said, okay, well, I got a couple savings accounts. Let me actually go to the savings account and let's go ahead and grab some money. So I took $1,000 out of one of my savings accounts. I then turned that $1,000 into credit, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and draw a circle right here, and this is gonna be the $1,000 that I took, and now this is my secure credit card, right? So let me click this out of the way. So now I got my $1,000 secure credit card. Now, to really see the benefit of a secure credit card, you gotta actually use it, right? You don't wanna just have it sitting on the side and just to say, hey, I got $1,000, that's gonna benefit my credit. No, it benefits you if you actually use it, right? So now, boom, I'm like, all right, let me actually start using this on day-to-day things. Now, understand, I didn't need the $1,000 to be using on my card, but to see the benefit, I have to use it. So I'm using it, but the most important part, when you start to use it, you don't want to get behind, because the whole point of this was to help you build your credit, right? So now, boom, I'm doing my thing right. So I'm gonna just draw a couple of lines out so you can see that's me using it. Now, here's the important part right here. Your payments, right? So there's two dates that you want to pay attention to. So there's the due date, which is the day that you need to pay. And then there's the statement date, the day that it gets reported to the bureaus. If you let it get to the date that it reports to the bureaus and you have a very high balance, that's going to drop your credit score anywhere from 30 to 50 points, sometimes even more. The same thing goes for if you were to actually miss a payment, which is extremely important, right? So I want to actually show you something just so you can get get more clarity on how this all works. So if you see right here, 35% of your credit score is your payment history. This is why when you miss a payment, you can see those huge drops. I'm talking 50. I've been seeing 70 plus points gone just from a missed payment because it takes up so much of your credit, right? Well, the part that we're focusing on with the secure credit card, really we're focusing on both. But the part that we're focusing on is we're giving ourselves more credit with that secure credit card. Now you're combining these two, and as you can see, that's 65% of your score right there, right? So you can see why this is so important for you to pay close attention to. Now let's go back over here. So boom, we got 1,000 over here, and now we're using it. Now, what do you want the percentage to be when it actually reports on the statement date? So let's say that you have 1,000 just like I had on my secure credit card. Well, you want to take between 2% and 10%. So what you're going to do, the formula is you're going to take your credit limit, whatever your limit is, if it's 1,000 like mine, or if it's 200 or whatever, you want to take that and you want to times it by either 2% to 10%. You don't want to do the typical 30% because that's average and it's really not going to move the needle as far as, really improving your credit score, right? So stay between 2 and 10%. So what does that actually mean? That means 1,000, in my case, times 2%, that's $20. So that means when it reports to the state, when it reports on the statement date, it needs to be $20 or lower. Okay, so that shows good to them. Like, yes, you're using a credit, but he was actually able to bring it back down to 2%. This person doesn't really need credit, right? Because that's how they see it. They feel like you don't need it, right? But you're using it and you're able to sustain that amount, right? So hopefully I'm making sense with that, right? So boom. So we know we need to be anywhere between 2 to 10%, no higher, right? If you really can't do it, go for 15, but I wouldn't go for the typical stand below 30% as far as your credit utilization. Okay. All right. So that was a sweet spot. Now, when I did that, I did that, I think I want to say between 3 to 4 months. right? And literally, I didn't even know it, but when I went in to pay my bill again, I noticed that it said increase your credit limit, and it already had 2,000 there. So I was like, what is that? So then what I did was I called the bank and I was like, hey, I seen that I saw 2,000 was in there when I increased the credit limit. So what they told me was that since they seen that I had been, using it and then paying it off and bringing it with so low percentage, that showed good to them. So what they did is they gave me an automatic increase of another $1,000. So instead of having a $1,000 secure credit card, I now have a $2,000 unsecured credit card, right? So you can see what can happen if you stick with this strategy. So just to kind of break it down again, I had 1,000. I then started to use it on my day-to-day things to show use. And then I paid it down to between 2 and 10% every single time. Me specifically, I was going for 2% every time. You can go to 2 to 10 if you really can't go for 2 every single time. And then after doing that consistently and they're seeing a pattern, they're like, okay, let's actually give this person an increase in their limit, right? So now instead of $1,000, I have 2,000, but it's unsecured now. So that's the real benefit in you actually using it. All right. So hopefully you got some value from this video. And if you did, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Also drop me a comment down below letting me know if this was helpful or valuable. And with that being said, I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Peace.